Good morning, students. Let's continue the chapter. Our next topic is the problem. We have discussed the previous topic that they feel that there is a need to improve agriculture. So they started the permanent settlement, they introduced it. So, now what was the problem in that? Let's see. The permanent settlement, however, created problems. Company officials soon discovered that the zamindars were in fact not investing in the improvement of land. The revenue that had been fixed was so high that the zamindar found it difficult to pay. Anyone who failed to pay the revenue lost his zamindari. Numerous zamindars were sold off auctions organized by the company. So now what is this? What was the problem? The company has fixed the revenue that they would not increase or decrease the revenue. Everyone has to pay the same cost. But now after that they found that it is not creating much benefit to them because the zamindars were not interested to invest in the land because already the revenue they were paying that was so high that they could not invest in the another part of the land or another field. So by the first decade of the 19th century, the situation changed. The prices in the market rose and cultivation slowly expanded. This meant an increase in the income of the zamindars but no gain for the company because since it could not increase the revenue, demand had been fixed permanently. Now zamindars were getting profit, so the as the price were high, but according to the permanent settlement, company could not increase the revenue because it was fixed, it was permanent, so it was loss to the company but yes profit to the zamindars. So even then the zamindars did not have an interest in improving the land, so they were gaining the profit, they don't think so that they should invest in a land. So some had lost their lands in the earlier years of the settlement. Others now saw the possibility of earning without trouble and risk of investment. As long as the zamindars could give out the land to tenants and get rent, they were not interested in the improving land. They thought that this much earning is sufficient to them and why to take risk with all that. So they were not interested in investing in land. So on the other hand, in the villages, the cultivator found the system extremely oppressive. Oppressive means they didn't find it good, they find it that something is being pressured on them. So the rent he paid to the zamindar was high and high right on the land was insecure. So his right on the land was insecure. To pay the rent he had to often take a loan from the moneylender, and when he failed to pay the rent, he was evicted from the land and that he had cultivated for the generation. So if some farmers or the cultivators were unable to pay the land at that time, so the company just seized their land. They after that their land is no more with them. So this was the problem they were facing. So a new system is devised. That what was that? By the early 19th century, many of the company officials were convinced that the system of revenue had to be changed again, that permanent settle was not good, so it has to be changed. So how could revenue be fixed permanently at a time when the company need more money to meet expenses of administration and trade? Now it was a again a challenge for the company that how he can set the revenue. So in the northwestern provinces of Bengal presidency, most of the area is in Uttar Pradesh now, an Englishman called Horde Magazine devised a new system which came into effect in 1822. He felt that the village was an important social institution in North Indian society and needed to be preserved. Under his direction, collectors went from village to village, inspecting the land, measuring the fields, and recording the custom and the rights of different groups. The estimated revenue of each plot within a village was added up to calculate the revenue that each village had to pay. This demand was to be revised periodically, not permanently fixed. The charge of collecting revenue and paying it to the company was given to the village headman rather than the zamindar. So this system came to be known as the Mahalwari system. So now what was in that it was difficult for them to just continue with the permanent settlement. So what they did, they decided to take it village wise. So the village headman, not the zamindar, only the village headman will take the revenue from the village and they will periodically change it. For one village it is some other amount, for the another village it is some another amount, or after they can change some village they don't want to change, and from other village they can change. So this new system was introduced after the permanent settlement. So we will do this much only. The next we will start tomorrow. Till then, you just cover this and read the previous pages and this pages which you have done today.